So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Shanice Dockins. I am an Oklahoma City native here in the US. Excuse me. A published author, empowerment speaker, and a Air Force civilian. And so, a little bit about me. I'm 25 years old and originally from Oklahoma City here in the US. And I found that from depression, low self esteem, especially within the Black community. I feel that we don't talk about it enough. And with my background, I witnessed a lot of domestic violence and I had just a very tough upbringing. And I really, my target market is just for the women who are really struggling with their self confidence and not really sure to not really sure which direction they want to go in. And I felt that by at the age of 10, I started writing like crazy. It was just, it was very therapeutic for me as well. But yeah, I just felt like writing was my therapy as well. And I wasn't able to express that, outwardly. I was very shy and an introvert as well. And I, in fifth grade, began writing this book with just as a group project. And I found that that's where I really enjoyed expressing my innermost thoughts. And I felt like, we experience trauma on all levels, all sorts of levels, whether um, any age. And I just felt, you know, very, very touched with my own story of just going through certain experiences with self hate and just really not loving on myself. And so, with my book, Unplugged, You Are Beautiful Empowerment Poetry for Black Women, the intent is to really just let young girls know that it's all about the journey. And I felt that it's really important to speak on those experiences to understand that sometimes we can get in, you know, as society, as the American dream, we can really, go for things that are not as important. And there's nothing wrong with having materialistic things, but I felt that, going inside and really inside the minds of others, experiencing the same issues, I felt really compelled to just empower other black women going through those same issues. And so I felt that words really carry energy and, through manifestation, through repetition and just going through my trials and tribulations of, you know so many things that a young black woman experiences, with racism. There's just countless things that we go through. And it's a collection of 40 poems to really uplift and empower each individual through whatever they want to do, starting their own business, writing their own book, coaching other individuals, starting their own practice, for therapy, whatever they want to do. And I honestly, with my book, it's really just to replace negative self talk and replace those doubts, a lot of self doubt. I had a lot of self doubt, and I envisioned myself on bigger stages, and I still do. But for my journey, my $1 million was the inner work. It was, for someone to come up to me and just be like, Shanice, your work really touched me. Those words really helped me through those trying times when my mother or my father was, going through their own journey of domestic violence and or drinking or, just anything that we've experienced. And I'm just so thrilled to really have that type of impact. And that's all I really wanted. To be honest. And so I feel like I'm doing a great job just, inspiring others. I felt like I didn't have a lot of that as a young girl, and I wish I did. It really, it really did damper on my self-esteem. And I just wanted to uplift others who are going through, you know, very, very, very traumatic experiences. And I'm so excited to just really be a voice. And so I posed the question, not only to the those listening, but also on the platform. We also hit plateaus in our careers, in our lives, where it's like, okay, now what? I've reached a plethora of success of where, okay, I went to school, I got the degree, I've got the job, but now what? I've achieved and I've attained so much of me and what I wanted to do. What is left? And I, was asking so many questions, going through, other entrepreneurs and other programs that I wanted to understand what my purpose and understand what the journey was all about. And so for that young girl or that young boy who's having a troubling time of trying to figure out, what is that thing? What is that, awesome thing that I'm great at that I can keep going, and regardless if I fail, I know I've made an impact. And with me, I failed at several things, and I felt like failure was my greatest, reset, comeback. And I also felt that through failure, I was able to learn more about having patience with myself, more about self accountability. We are used to like blaming others and blaming our trauma. But when we become adults, we learn to detach from other things, and we become, more powerful. And so I posed the question of, do you know how powerful you are? Do you know how powerful and impactful your content is just with your voice alone, and just by reading, your own work, or having, inspiration through anything. And so for me, I honestly, with this book that I started around 10 years old, is it's amazing to see, as a young millennial, breaking so many generational curses of, just going after my dreams. And that's ultimately what this book is about. And I do have some up and coming projects. I'm working on a workshop. It's called Reset You, 3 ways to adjust to a new norm. So we are still, in lockdown. We still have a lot of things, going on. And so I felt like a lot of people really need to understand, the difference between their needs, their wants, setting healthy boundaries, and setting realistic goals. For me, I'm crushing those goals, and we can help one another to support and crush the same goals, different goals, whatever they want to do. And I'm just so excited. I'm really excited. Like, I have so much energy, and I'm just, it's so impactful, like right now, just to hear everyone's stories. But just to kind of let everyone know where I am on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I mean, there's so many platforms that it's all across the board. I'm at author Shanice Dockins. And I do have my website. It's called shanicedockins.com/book. However you want to type that in, whether it's on your PC, mobile device, your watch, wherever you are. But yeah, I'm just excited to really just the sky's the limit. Just keep going, and whatever comes after this, I'm really, just excited to go after my dreams. I'm a true testament of whatever you have going on, you can still accomplish your dreams and impact and inspire and just keep going. I felt like a couple of months ago that I failed because it wasn't what I envisioned, and it didn't look like exactly how I envisioned it in my head. And so I was like, I have 2 choices. I can either act or don't. I can either stop here or keep going. And so I decided to keep going. I decided to keep speaking about my story. I decided to keep going and impacting other women who are going through similar situations. And I'm just so thankful for everyone for this opportunity. And thank you, Makanan, I forgot how to say it correctly, for this wonderful opportunity. So thank you so much.